There's a lot to get to in the NFL today. Coming up, we got a big story about a quarterback, but we have a big one right now. J.J. McCarthy could be out a few weeks. He could be out for the season, diagnosed with a knee injury, coming off a great debut. Look, I give him credit. I didn't know how he was going to play.
Early turnover, but came back with a couple of big boy throws, as they call it.
I am not stuck up on J.J. McCarthy, but he has a big first game, and now his status in question after tests revealed he has a tear in the meniscus of his right knee. The final determination is going to be made once he undergoes surgery this week. So he could be out a few weeks, or he could be out 9 months. They won't know doctors won't know until they actually get in there. Now, first of all, I'm thinking, doctors really don't have that technology now.
I just say, like, my first response
you don't
was
know until you start cutting. I mean, come on, man. You got all
trim
kinds of
and
stuff.
whatever. Isn't this just a couple of weeks sometimes?
I've seen lots of house. They have all kinds of magnetic resonance imaging and stuff. They put people in. It's like a truth machine. They would put people in an MRI machine, and they would be able to tell if they're lying or not because they would look at scans of their brain. I think you can look in and see, hey, this guy's going to need a full repair, or no, he's not. Really, okay, got a cut.
I really think House was a disciple of Stryker from the X-Men movies.
Okay.
Where it's like, we're just going to do some, I think this might work. Let's try it.
All right. Okay.
That didn't work. All right, let me go think and walk around a little bit more. I go on my motorcycle. I'm going to take some hallucinogens.
Sure.
And then we're going to get back at it tomorrow.
I'm going to love Cuddy. I'm going to not love Cuddy. I'm going to fire my team. I'm going to not fire my team. I'm going to hire them back.
That's it.
No, that's how it goes. I feel like we should know that by now. You don't really have to wait to cut it. Really, you don't know. Like, this is such a weird story now. Like, I get in the 80s and 90s, you're not going to know. Well, of course you're not going to know till you get in. Doctors got it. Now it's like, we can see everything.
Well, but it's like yesterday. We talked a little bit about Jahmyr Gibbs. Check out the podcast. It's up wherever you get your audio. Still, as we come to work here 24 hours later, I still don't know anything any further.
No.
Could be a hamstring injury that keeps him out 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some unconfirmed reports of the worst that you could think of. Yeah. J.J. McCarthy, same thing. Mm-hmm. It's a wide variance at this point.
But as far as the McCarthy part, we're not going to know until he undergoes surgery. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. But this is my favorite part of the day. This is why I love Twitter. Right? Look, Twitter's like the Wild West. Sometimes I love Twitter. Sometimes I can't stand it.
Oh, no, I go
Today
away
was the day
as
that I
fast
love
as
it.
I can.
Today's the day I love it because only on social media can Sam Darnold go from, okay, he's a guy obviously keeping the seat warm for J.J. McCarthy. This is whatever truth you believe, Sam Darnold was brought in. Mm-hmm. He's going to keep the seat warm. If McCarthy is healthy, probably by midseason he's going to play. He is a first-round pick. They invested a lot in him. Once he gets used to the NFL game, he's going to play. Now, this injury puts everything out. Who knows what's going to happen, but the deal with him, Sam Darnold knows he's a placeholder. Sam Darnold's a placeholder until McCarthy is ready. But then news breaks that McCarthy is out, could be out a while. And I see so many people with blue check marks, Mike Harmon, and experts
They're
and
not
pundits
better than me,
who now are suddenly showing all of Sam Darnold's best throws, and there's Sam Darnold's now a top 15 option in fantasy football, a quarterback. And I'm going, wait a minute. Sam Darnold was a guy keeping a seat warm, but now that J.J. McCarthy's out, Sam Darnold's a top 15 option? In what world does that make sense? First of all, if the Vikings thought if Sam Darnold's really a top 15 option in football, the Vikings aren't drafting J.J. McCarthy, right? If he's that good, but he was brought in as a seat filler, but suddenly he goes, hey, I don't know how long he's going to have the job. Now he's a top 15 fantasy option. Why wouldn't he be a top 15 fantasy option before? Because if he's really good in the top half of the league, he'll keep the job, right? I mean, if he's that good a quarterback, he'll keep the job. But now that J.J. McCarthy's not coming in, now he's a top 15
but
fantasy.
Here's the thing.
Come on, man.
The former would have taken guts to say. Would have taken some guts to say, hey, Sam Darnold will hold off the job. He's good enough. He's got Jefferson. He's got Addison. He's got Hawkinson. He's got all these guys that he's going to be able to throw to. You bring in Aaron Jones. The offense is set. He's going to be able to make some magic. That would have been the gutsy way to go. The other would have been to go logically, he's only got the job for 6 weeks. So
but sometimes being logical is being okay. It's all of a sudden, just because a guy now he's a top. This is not a wide receiver where a number one guy gets hurt and suddenly there's 130 targets up and everybody moves up. This is a guy who was brought in to be replaced, and nothing has changed.
But that's what I mean, though. Like to go and put him in the top 15, I may have. would have taken some guts to say he's going to stay.
How do you think suddenly he's going to be? He wasn't going to be good before, but now because the guy behind him got hurt, now he's great.
Well, he's not going to get displaced. So Jefferson and Addison and Hockenson and you got all the weapons, right?
All right.
So go through their stats. If J.J. McCarthy's not there to come and take his job, all of a sudden, all of those go to Sam.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's good logic. I'm just explaining where they're getting to this end.
Buddy,
game.
let me just flip this, and I'll tell you where I win this. Okay, there's only one problem with Sam Darnold.
Ooh.
Okay, there's only one problem.
I think I know what it is.
Okay, and that's it. There's only one problem with Sam Darnold. Really, only one problem with his philosophy. He's going to be a top. There's only one.
If that plunger wouldn't take us off the air, I'd say I'd hit the plunger like it's a game show. Because I know,
like Antonio Banderas and Deal or No Deal. No deal. No, you don't hit the button when you do that. No, it's so exciting. I don't know what I'm doing. There's only one problem with Sam Darnold. And
can you just explain it to me?
There's only one problem.
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Okay, so next year I'll be 6. Yes, and your parents will tell you. There's only one problem with Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
and that's it. And you want me to tell you? Okay.
Boil it down to brass tacks.
You got a pen and a piece of paper?
Yeah, let me go.
Jot down these notes. Jot down. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
One problem with Sam Darnold. He stinks.
How many exclamation points?
4.
All capital?
Yes.
Okay.
He stinks. I've watched him play. Yes, there is always the chance of he could Geno Smith his way. But I've seen him play in numerous offenses.
How long does it take to get the stench of the Jets?
I've seen him clearly it's 3 teams and counting now. Okay? Sam Darnold is not any good. The guy's been in the league since 2018. I get that you think you put great weapons around a guy, I think suddenly he's going to be great, but come on, man. I've watched him for his career not know where to go with the football. Now, I don't know that he knows what he sees when he looks downfield. He misses open guys. He doesn't hit his progressions. Yes, he had a couple of nice passes in the first preseason game. I've seen him throw some nice passes. I'm not saying the guy is inept. I've seen him throw a couple of nice passes, but he throws a couple of passes. And I saw one post today, no one ever throws a dig route like Sam Darnold did on this play. I'm like, okay, so one play when he throws a dig route really well, that covers up the last 6 years where he was given the keys to the Jets, couldn't keep him, was given the keys to the Panthers, couldn't keep him, and now he's on another team where now he's lucky that he's actually starting, may have backed his way into a starting job for a little bit longer. Sam Darnold stinks, okay? I've seen it from him. Yes, sometimes it happens and Geno Smith can find his way into a magical year, but I've seen this. I've seen this too much. There's a lot of tape on Sam Darnold just from the last couple of years. Geno Smith at least went a decade between tape. What kind of quarterback is he? I don't know. Guy hasn't played in 10 years. Well, all right, let's see what happens. Sam Darnold stinks. And just the elevation because somebody gets hurt is ridiculous. Because if he wasn't good enough before, he doesn't suddenly get good enough because the guy behind him got hurt. I don't understand. You know, I mean, this is
Sam. Your head's gonna explode.
I'm just saying when I'm seeing
you
today,
look like this is physically
I'm looking at this today,
assaulting you.
And look, if he wasn't an ex-Jet, it wouldn't be as big of a thing to me. But
that does seem to be part of it.
How is this flipping all of a sudden? J.J. McCarthy is great. He's the second coming. He might be out a while. Sam Darnold is one of the best. Watch what happens to Sam now because look at this one throw he made. Notice nobody ever puts up the here's the 15 horrendous throws.
But again, that goes to the point, though.
It's easy for me to throw the one good throw, but not the 15 bad ones.
But you can't do the content saying just flat out, hey, Sam Darnold stinks. This is a nothing burger. They expected you to put 500 words to 1,000 words, and all you needed to say was he stinks. No.
Everybody put up the big, long, nice pass Michael Penix Jr. had. No one put up the 10 passes he missed over guys' heads because he thinks they're 11 feet tall.
Of course not.
Like they're the skeleton from Home Depot that you buy for your...
there's one on a lawn that's been there year-round in my neighborhood.
Hey, if I was that tall, I'd
if you're driving down towards my house, it's like all of a sudden, like, wait, that thing's been there, and they keep dressing it up. It's got jerseys on and different outfits.
It's just not happening. Okay, Sam Darnold's not suddenly great. Okay, he's not just because.